Hello. Okay. Hello, bachcho. How are you guys? So today, JEE Mains Shift 1 paper, 23rd January, we are going to discuss, we are going to do the paper analysis. I hope everyone has done well in the exam, right? As far as I got the review from my students, the chemistry paper was, you will say that easy to moderate, in between that, easy to moderate, the chemistry paper. And mostly, the most important thing to focus in the chemistry JEE exam in shift 1 paper is that most of the questions, especially in the inorganic chemistry, they are directly asked from NCERT. We'll see right now over here. We can see that the questions are directly asked from NCERT. Chalo, let's begin with the inorganic chemistry questions. Remember, these are memory based questions, so there might be some changes. But let's start with the inorganic chemistry questions. Chalo, okay. Begin. Now look at the first question. Which of the following compounds can show facial and meridianal isomerism? Facial and meridianal isomerism, coordination compounds for questions, right? It's a very, very easy question, very bad question. NCERT may mentioned here. It is mentioned in NCERT that the complexes which can be written in this form, complexes which can be written like Ma3B3, these kind of complexes can only show facial and meridianal isomerism, right? So let's look at the option. First option, cobalt, ammonia, whole thrice, chloro whole thrice. So A option is correct. Obviously, this will show facial and meridianal isomerism, Na3B3. Okay. Next option, This is Ma6 type, it will not show. C option, again Ma6 type, it will not show. Achha. If you see this option, this is MAA2, A2 type, right? MAA2, A2 type. Okay, MAA2, A2 type. Achha, why I am saying this? The D option, देखो, in this shift, the question is asked with respect to MA3 and B3. It is mentioned in clearly in NCERT, is explained very well in NCERT that why this is show facial and meridianal isomerism, and their diagrams are also shown, right? And just above that, the detailed explanation of this complex is also given. So for the next few shifts, focus on this complex, the isomers shown by this complex. How many isomers are possible for this complex? This kind of question can be asked in the upcoming shifts. So you can focus on that part. So this was a question from coordination chemistry. You can see that this will be marked as easy question because it's directly from NCERT, right? It's a straightforward taken out from the NCERT book, right? Next question, once again here, NCERT D and F block. You guys, you all have memorized the periodic table, right? We need to memorize the complete periodic table, the complete S block, the complete P block, the complete D block, vertically, horizontally, and the complete F block, right? As I have seen that in the past 1 year, 2 year, the trending part is that F block and D block, those lower part, 6th period elements, 7th period elements, they are asked a lot. So similarly, the straightforward periodic table question is asked, which of the following element doesn't lie in the same period, right? So you can see that palladium belongs to the 5th period, nickel PDPD, nickel belongs to 4th period, palladium 5th period. All the other 3 options, iridium, osmium, platinum, all these 3 belong to the 6th period. Once again, I will say that this is a straightforward NCERT type question, right? Okay, so this will be also taken as an easy question. Okay, I hope you would have been able to solve this question. So for the upcoming sheets, please take it in mind that they can ask about periodic table, right? They can ask about periodic table, especially the 6th period, 7th period, and obviously the 5th period. These period elements are asked quite a lot in the past few years, in past few shifts, right? So do memorize these elements. Okay, chalo. Let's move on to the next question which we have got. Which of the following pair of ions are same colored? Again, NCERT question. This is again NCERT question, direct. The table is mentioned over there in NCERT where colors are mentioned of different kinds of ions, right? So this is a memory based question, I will say. So we know that chromium +2, copper +2, both of these show blue color, right? Hi, in this question, what you can do that you can eliminate some of the options. Like titanium +4, DD transition not possible. It will not show color. Okay, vanadium +3, this will also not show color. So you can eliminate option C. For all other option, I would say you would have to memorize this. So chromium +2 and copper +2, they show blue color. Okay, so it is again the third question of inorganic chemistry is also taken directly from the NCERT table, right? Okay, so let's move on to the next question. Incorrect statement among the following question is, okay, 4 options are given, 4 statements are written. We will see whether each of the statement is true or false. Okay, chalo. First statement, NO2 exists as dimer. Can you tell whether it is true or false? Dekho, NO2. If we draw the structure of NO2, then you will draw it like this: N double bond O, coordinate bond O. That means that N has a unpaired electron, right? N has an unpaired electron, paramagnetic. Okay. NO2 has unpaired electron, and the species having unpaired electron, they are highly unstable. So NO2 exists in the form of dimer. There will come another molecule with one more unpaired electron, and unpaired electron, they will form a bond, right? So NO2 exists as N2O4. NO2 exists as dimer. This is a very basic thing which we study in chemical bonding chapter, right? So NO2 forms dimer, NO2 exists as dimer. So this statement is true. Okay, so in the question, please note one thing, that we have to take the incorrect statement. Statement 1 is true. Okay, next question. PH3 has lower proton affinity than ammonia. Lower proton affinity. Now what's the meaning of this proton affinity? Remember, it's not electron affinity, it's proton affinity. Proton means H+. That means they are asking about PH3 and NH3, which one is a better base? Which will accept H plus more easily, right? Okay, so we know that acid and base property is a thermodynamic property, right? H plus will attach at that atom where the electron density is high. H plus will attach at that atom where the bond formed will be strong, right? So H plus is coming, is seeing the lone pair present at the phosphorus, is seeing over here lone pair present is at nitrogen atom. So at which atom the electron density is high? We know that nitrogen second period size is small, phosphorus belongs to third period, size is big. So higher electron density is present at ammonia. So that means that ammonia is a better base as compared to pH3. Ammonia is a better base. Ammonia will have higher proton affinity than pH3. So statement 2, pH3 has lower proton affinity than ammonia. This statement is also true. Clear? Moving on to the next question. PF5 exists, but NF5 does not. Very easy statement. This is PF5 exists, but NF5 does not. We know octet rule. Octet expansion can be shown only by third period or below elements, right? Nitrogen belongs to the second period. It doesn't have any d orbital. It cannot attain more than 8 electrons in its outermost shell. So NF5, nitrogen can never have more than 4 bonds. At max, it can form 4 bonds. So NF5 does not exist. PF5, it may exist. There is no issue with that. PF5, PCl5, PCl6 minus these, all these ion species exist, right? So this statement is also true. Okay, coming to the last option. SO2 acts as oxidizing agent but not reducing agent. Okay, SO2 acts as oxidizing agent, not as a reducing agent. Redox question here. Look at this SO2. What is the oxidation state of sulfur in SO2? You guys will say this is +4 oxidation, right? Okay, oxidation state of sulfur is +4. Now, what is the maximum oxidation state which can be shown by sulfur? +6. What is the minimum oxidation state which can be shown by sulfur? -2. That means it can get oxidized also, it can get reduced also, it can act as reducing agent also, it can act as an oxidizing agent also, right? If I ask you about SO3, can this act as a reducing agent? Now you will say that sulfur already has +6 oxidation state, right? Now sulfur is already in its highest oxidation state, so no more increment in oxidation state is possible. So it cannot get further oxidized, so it cannot act as a reducing agent, right? So statement 4, D option, SO2 acts as an oxidizing agent but not reducing agent, that this statement is false. SO2 can act as both, because oxidation state is in between the maximum and minimum range. Okay, so the correct answer will be D, because the incorrect statement is D. Okay, all right. So once again, I will say that this, because in this question 4 statements were given, we need to check all the statement true or false, true and false, true and false. It's easy, but I will still mark it as medium question, medium level question, right? Okay. Chalo, okay, moving on. Now let's see some organic chemistry questions. These were the inorganic questions, memory based. Now we have got these many questions right now. So we have some organic questions, memory based, which we have taken from the students, right? Okay, let's see these questions. Which of the following react with Hinsberg reagent? Hinsberg reagent, I hope you remember Hinsberg reagent, right? Very important reagent, very important test also. Hinsberg reagent is benzene sulfonyl fluoride, something like this. Benzene S double bond O Cl. Okay. Hinsberg reagent, Hinsberg test. Everybody must be remembering that 1 degree amine will react with Hinsberg reagent. 2 degree amine, they will also react with Hinsberg reagent. But 3 degree amine, because they do not have hydrogen and nitrogen, therefore they do not react. 3 degree amines do not react. 1 degree amine will react, 2 degree amine will react, right? 1 degree amine will react, will produce sulfonamide. 2 degree amine will react, this will also produce sulfonamide. Acha, sulfonamide produced over here in 1 degree amine case, that is soluble in NaOH. But in the case of 2 degree amine, the sulfonamide which is produced, that is insoluble in NaOH. This will be soluble, this will be insoluble. And in case of 3 degree amines, that it won't even react with Hinsberg reagent, right? So this Hinsberg test is used to differentiate between the 1-degree amine and 2-degree amine and 3-degree amines. So we know that 3-degree amines do not react with Hinsberg reagent. Now look at the options. First option is aniline. Aniline is what? Benzene. At the top of that benzene, NH2. So it is a 1-degree amine basically. And 1-degree amine will react with Hinsberg reagent. Coming to the B option, NN dimethyl aniline. Once again aniline, but now this time at the nitrogen atom 2 times methyl group is present. Methyl. So this is basically a 3-degree amine. 3-degree amine do not react with Hinsberg reagent. So the answer will be B. If you want to check, you can check the other options also. Methylamine. Methylamine is which degree? 1 degree, right? C6H5, NHC6H5. This is which degree? This is 2 degrees. So this will react with Hinsberg reagent. This with B option will not react. C option will react with Hinsberg reagent. A option will react with Hinsberg reagent. So the correct answer will be 3-degree amine. That is B option, right? Acha, okay. Options are given later on. Okay. So the question of which of the following will react with the Hinsberg reagent? कौन reaction कर रहा है? This is reaction, this is reacting, this is reacting, this is reacting, this is not reacting. So the answer should be A, C, D. A, C, D. Do we have any option? Yes, A option. Right? A, C, D is the option. Chalo, okay. Organic, the first question. I would say again, this was medium level question, not difficult. Not easy as well. I won't call it as easy also, but you can say this was a medium level according to JEE Mains. Okay, next question. Amount of Br2 required for the formation of 2,4,6 tribromophenol from 2 gram phenol. Now in this question, what they have done is that they have mixed organic and physical chemistry. They have mixed organic chemistry with the mole concept. A very, very important reaction is taken over here. Phenol is taken, right? Phenol is reacted with bromine, Br2. And in presence of water, polysubstitution will happen. So you will get tribromo derivative of the phenol. Tribromo derivative, OH, ortho, para, ortho. Okay. In this question, they have talked about bromination in water. Maybe in the upcoming sheet, they may talk about the bromination of phenol in CCl4, in non-polar solvent. Monobromination will happen over there, right? Okay, so keep in mind for the upcoming sheets that thing, right? And the side product will be HBr. How many times HBr? 3 times HBr. If you balance the reaction, so how many moles of Br2 you need for the 1 mole of phenol? 3 moles of Br2 you need, right? Okay, so now the question becomes very, very easy. What is the mass of phenol which is taken initially? 2 gram. Okay. What is the molar mass of phenol? If you calculate the molecular mass of phenol, it will come out to be 94 grams. Okay. It will come out to be 94 grams. Okay, 2 grams is taken. Okay, so how many moles of phenol are there? You will say mass of sample divided by molar mass. So this is the number of moles of phenols. Acha, for 1 mole of phenol, how many moles of Br2 is required? 3 moles. So you will multiply it with 3. Now this gives you the number of moles of Br2 required. Now in the question, the mass of Br2 is asked. Molar mass of Br2 is 160. Okay, so the final answer will be this: 2 by 94 into 3 into 160. There were. Okay, all right. Okay. So keep in mind over here one thing, that in this chip they had talked about the bromination of phenol in presence of water, in presence of polar protic solvent. Maybe in the upcoming sheet they may talk about the bromination of phenol in non-polar solvent. Okay, so just keep in mind. Now, moving on to the next question. This question is from GOC, General Organic Chemistry. A very, very easy question. Stability of carbon ion. The question is asked, which carbon ion is more stable, right? So you can see over here, this negative is involved in resonance. Over here, no resonance. Over here, no resonance. Over here, yes, A option also has resonance. At the same time, this is aromatic. Cyclic conjugation. 6 pi electrons are involved in the cyclic conjugation. Therefore, this compound is aromatic. And aromatic compounds, aromatic species are highly stable. Highly stable, I'm talking, right? Not just stable, they are highly stable, right? So the most stable is A option. Okay, it's a very easy question of GOC. So moving to the next question. Association reason type question. Okay, Now look at this question. Let's look at both the statements one by one. And first we will identify whether the statement is true or false. Okay. So the statement 1, fructose can give tolerance test even though it does not have aldehyde group. What do you say, guys? It's true or false? Statement number 1. Fructose, the main functional group in fructose is ketone, but even though it gives the tolerance test. Why? Because in basic medium, fructose will form C2 epimer of glucose. You can also say that fructose in cyclic form will exist as hemiacetal, and hemiacetals give the test, give tolerance test, right? So this statement 1 is true. Statement 1 is true. All right. Okay. Statement 2. When reacted with base, fructose can undergo rearrangement to produce aldehyde group. That's exactly what I was talking about, right? In basic medium, the fructose will convert into C2 epimer of glucose. C2 epimer of glucose, that means the main functional group will be aldehyde. So statement 2 is also true, and statement 2 is basically the reason for the statement 1 also, right? So over here, both statements are correct, and statement 2 is the correct reason for the statement 1 also. So the correct option will be A option, right? So this is how you approach assertion and reason type questions. First, identify whether both the statements are true or false. And if both the statements are true, then you identify whether statement 2 is the correct reason for the statement 1 or not, right? Okay. So let's move on to the next question. Next question of organic chemistry is this: identify the product formed in the following reaction. It's a good question. I will call this question a very good question. Why? Because aldehyde is taken, again formaldehyde is taken, in excess, medium is basic. The first thing which comes in our mind, or carbonyl compound, basic medium, aldol canizaro, right? The first reactions which come in our mind is aldol and canizaro. Okay, so over here, how many alpha H are there in this propanol? You will say, how many alpha H are there? 2 alpha H. Methanol doesn't have any alpha H. Formaldehyde does not have any alpha H. So what will happen in this question? That for the first 2 times, aldol reaction will happen. And at the third time, the Cannizzaro reaction will happen. Okay? Chalo. Let's try. First of all, what will happen? You do the aldol reaction, try to follow that mechanism, remove the alpha H, do the formation of carbon ion, that carbon ion does the resonance, right? Okay. So what will happen when you perform 2 times aldol reaction? CH3C, a carbon ion will develop over here. If you remove H plus, that negative will attack at this carbonyl group, something like this, right? Everybody knows the mechanism, I hope. So what will happen over here? CH2OH will attach. CHO will remain as it is. Achha, second alpha H, second time aldol. Over here also CH2OH will attach. So this is the product. Okay, but this is not the final product. I guess in one of the options this is also given, right? Yes, in C option it is given, but this is not the answer. C is not the answer. Why? Because now in the beaker you have this compound and HCHO. 2 carbonyl compounds, none of them have alpha H. The medium is basic. So if there is no alpha H, instead of aldol, what do we perform? Cannizzaro, right? So last step will be Cannizzaro reaction over here. Cannizzaro reaction. We know that in Cannizzaro, one reactant gets oxidized, another reactant gets reduced, right? It is a disproportionate reaction. So in nucleophilic addition, attack of nucleophile will be faster for formaldehyde as compared to this molecule, right? So this HCHO will get oxidized and this aldehyde will get reduced. So the product will be the final product after the Cannizzaro step. The ultimate product will be CH2OH, CH2OH, and this aldehyde will get reduced into alcohol CH2OH. Yes, SCHO will get oxidized. You can say SCO minus. It will exist is like HCO minus, right? So look at the options. Which is correct? For B option, right? B option is correct over here. All right. Okay. So these were some organic questions. This is a very, very good question. I will say that because most of the students, what they will do the aldol. They will do 2 times aldol, and they will see that product, and they will take answer C and move on. Right. But the answer is not C. Answer is B. The third time Cannizzaro will also happen, right? This will get reduced. So 2 times aldol, third time Cannizzaro. So these were some inorganic and organic questions. Inorganic, as you can see, that most of the inorganic questions are directly asked from NCERT. Organic, easy to medium level, right? Nothing difficult as of now, we have seen, right? Okay. So now let's discuss physics paper right now. These was organic and inorganic. Let's discuss some physics questions right now. Okay, so Kiran sir is coming over here to discuss physics.
So good afternoon, students. Hope the paper was very good for you. Paper was easy. In fact, physics paper was easy, and even students who are targeting the next few shifts, for them it will be a very helpful session, because as we have seen from the previous attempts that the questions will be remodified. Most of the questions will be remodified if you follow the shift. So without wasting any more time, let us start discussing the physics paper. These questions are based on memory. They're not official questions as such. We'll be discussing memory based questions. So as in the questions, when we are getting them, we'll be discussing those. The first question is from motion in a plane. Very easy question, straightforward formula based question. They're asking what is the ratio of initial speed if the angle of projectile is given. Angle of projectiles is 30 and 60. They're asking ratio of velocities at maximum height. Now, if we go back to the basics, at maximum height, what is the velocity of projectile? Projectile only will have v cos theta. That is the only velocity. The v sin theta component will be 0. That is the maximum height. They are asking ratio of velocities at maximum height. So v cos theta 1 by v cos theta 2. Very simple. It is cos 30 by cos 60 root 3 by 2. Very simple question. So in other shifts, you can expect other questions like, in other shifts, you can expect questions like ratio of maximum heights. So if you want ratio of maximum heights, we can take the spin-off questions to this. Ratio of maximum heights would be v square cos square v square sin square theta by 2g. Those would be the spin-off questions for the next shift. Ratio of maximum height or ratio of ranges. So such questions you can expect. So this was an easy question because direct formula based question. We'll move to the next question. This is also very easy question, statement type question. The first statement goes like this. It says hot water moves faster than cold water. And second statement says that soap water have higher surface tension than normal water. So first let us look at this statement 1. Actually they are independent statements. First statement, hot water moves faster than cold water. This is correct statement because viscosity of hot water is less than cold water. As viscosity is less, the hot water will move faster. Hot water is less viscous than cold water. So that's why it will move faster. Second statement, soap water has higher surface tension than normal water. That is wrong statement, because soap water, adding soap or detergents will reduce the surface tension. So this is wrong statement and this is correct statement. So our answer would be statement 1 is true and statement 2 is false. The spin-off questions in next shifts you can expect, like hot water and cold water surface tension. With temperature, surface tension also reduces. So this was viscosity dependence on temperature. In next shifts you can expect surface tension dependence on temperature. Surface tension also reduces as temperature increases. So let us move to the next question. This is also easy question. They're asking ratio of electric force to gravitational force between two bodies, two particles. So what is electric force? Electric force. What is the formula for electric force? It is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 by R square. Given by Coulomb's law, electric force between 2 point charges. Gravitational force between 2 point masses is given by Newton's law, G m1 m2 by R square. They want ratio of electric force to gravitational force. Ratio of electric force to gravitational force, we need to take ratio of these two equations, 1 by 2. You can see it will be 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught G Q1 Q2 by m1 m2. So which of the options is correct? So D option, 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught G Q1 Q2 by m1 m2. This is also easy question. So all the questions that we are seeing are easy questions, direct formula based questions. Next, this thermodynamics question. This is also direct formula based or direct theory based. First question is, when volume is constant, which process is this? Volume is constant, it is isochoric, and an isochoric work done is 0. Second option is, when pressure is constant, it is isobaric. Pressure is constant, it is isobaric. And when no heat is exchanged, it is adiabatic and delta Q is 0. Work done by gas is equal to heat given to gas. So W in thermodynamics, first law of thermodynamics, what does it say? Q is delta U plus W. Now, if heat is equal to work done is equal to heat, then delta U is 0. Now, delta U is 0 in which process? Isothermal process. So let us check which option is the correct one in this. So P is 1. So only one option has P as 1. Q is 3 and R is 2. As you can see, paper was very easy. Most of them are direct formula questions. So let us move to the next one. In this question, they are asking find steady state current in the circuit. Now we all know that in steady state, the inductor current will be maximum. It will behave as a resistanceless wire. The full current will flow and I will be V by R. V by R. V is 12 and R is also 12. So very easy question. Again, 1 ampere. So the spin-off question for this would be capacitor. Capacitor at beginning will behave as a resistanceless wire, will allow full current, whereas after long time it behaves as a braking circuit or open circuit. So in the same question, if we had a capacitor, then after long time in steady state, capacitor will be fully charged. The voltage will be 12 volts, current will be 0 in steady state. That would be spin-off question for this. Let us move to the next question. Next question is regarding self-inductance. They are asking self-inductance depends on which of these. So let us see these type of questions. You can move to a simple formula, self-inductance of solenoid. What is self-inductance of a solenoid? Mu naught if it is in vacuum, or otherwise mu. The self-inductance of solenoid is mu n square Al. Now it is depending on medium, so and geometry, area, length, and everything. So the self-inductance depends on both geometry and medium of the solenoid. So the area, the length, and all those things. Same question, a spin-off question would be regarding capacitance. Capacitance also same. Capacitance, what is simple capacitance formula? Epsilon naught A by D. Capacitance also depends on the medium and area and geometry. The same question could be asked in the coming shifts regarding capacitance, for which the answer would be same, geometry and medium property. Let us move to the next question. Two spheres are rolled on an incline from same height. They are asking find the ratio of V1 square by V2 square. Now going with conservation of energy, as these are spheres and they are rolling from same height. This is a good question, conceptual question. All these angles are just given to mislead you. Both the spheres are rolling from same height. So it doesn't matter what the angle of inclination is. Conserving energy, kinetic energy gained is loss in potential energy. Now loss in potential energy is mgh because they are dropped from same height. So no matter what the inclination angle is, they will have same kinetic energy by the time they will reach the ground. So the answer would be 1:1. So it is just a conceptual question. Don't get confused. A spin-off question would be, instead of two spheres, if they give different bodies, then things may change, because it is energy is half mv square plus half I omega square, which is half mv square plus half I v square by r square. Because of rolling conditions, omega is v by r. So instead of two spheres, if you have different shapes, like for example a ring and disc or a sphere and disc, then velocity will change. Because of I value, velocity can change and the ratio will be different. As the given question has only two spheres, both m and I are same, so the ratio has to be 1:2. So yeah, let us move to the next question. We have equation of magnetic field, equation of electric field is given for a wave. They are asking equation of magnetic field. They are asking equation of magnetic field. So how do we approach this question? First thing is that electric field and magnetic field have to be perpendicular, and the E cross B direction should be wave direction. And what is the wave direction here? Omega t minus kz. So this is the wave traveling along positive z axis. So this unit vector, this E cross B unit vector should be k cap, because given is omega t minus kz, which is an equation of wave traveling along positive z axis. Now let us see which of it is giving that, and how are these magnitudes related? E naught by B naught is C. So B naught will be E naught by C. So that is, with that we can't eliminate any options because all of them have same magnitude, E naught by C. So B naught is E naught by C. We need to see the direction, and all of them have omega t minus kz. So this also has is same, but it has to be same phase. Electric field and magnetic field have same phase in EM waves. So if this is cos, this also has to be cos. So these two options are wrong. You can straight away eliminate them because it has to be cos. The last thing left is to see which one gives k cap. So let us check out of this one and this one which gives us k cap. 4i minus 3j cross 3i plus 4j, or 4i minus 3j cross minus 3i minus 4j. So let us see which one is giving us k cap. So here it is I cross I is 0, 4 into 4, 16 k cap, because I cross j is k. J cross I is also minus k, but another minus sign is there. So plus 9 k cap. Or look at this, 4 into minus 3, 0, 4 into minus 4, minus 16. So this will give us minus k cap. So this is the k cap. So your option is correct. So that's it from physics. Next, Amitabh sir will be discussing maths questions.
Good afternoon, everyone. I hope that your exam went well, and for whom the exam was not that satisfactory, guys, don't be disappointed. You have another attempt, appeal attempt, and those who are preparing for the next shifts, please try to solve these questions without seeing the solutions, and then you can verify the questions, the answers, and you can expect the similar kind of questions in the shifts. So. Try these questions without seeing the solutions, and once again these are the memory based questions, so some questions might be having some typo errors. So let's start this. So the first question we see here, it's a question from inverse trigonometry, and you can see the question is cos inverse of 12 by 13 into cos x plus 5 by 13 into sin x for all x belongs to pi by 2 to pi is what? So in this question, obviously the outside function is here cos inverse. So since it is cos inverse, we'll try to make the inner box also a cos function, right? So for cos function, the formula is cos alpha cos beta plus sin alpha sin beta. So here we see that 12 by 13 is there. So obviously 12 by 13 will take it as cos alpha. So I have taken as cos alpha as 12 by 13. So if cos alpha equal to 12 by 13, so this will be my 12 and the hypotenuse will be 13. By Pythagoras, this will be 5, right? So therefore, what will be sin alpha? Sin alpha will be equal to 5 by 13. So this quantity will become sin alpha and this is cos alpha. So then the question becomes what? The question becomes cos inverse of cos x into cos alpha plus sin x into sin alpha. Alright, so this becomes a cos of x minus alpha, cos inverse of cos of x minus alpha. Now, since my sin alpha equal to 5 by 13, cos alpha equal to 12 by 13, both are positive, that means the alpha angle is in the first quadrant. So I can say that alpha is in between 0 to pi by 2. Alright, and x they have given as pi by 2 to pi. So x is in between pi by 2 to pi. So minus alpha will be minus alpha is in between 0 to pi by 2. So therefore minus alpha will be in between minus pi by 2 to 0. So if I add this, so my x minus alpha will be in between 0 to pi by 2. 0 to pi by 2 means once again it is in the first quadrant. So since it is the first quadrant, we know the cos inverse cos x graph. So it is like this, 0 to pi it will be like this, no? From 0 to pi it will be x. So since it is 0 to pi by 2, cos inverse of cos of x minus alpha will become what? X minus alpha. Alright. So now we have to find alpha. Alpha, from here you can see this. We know that tan alpha equal to 5 by 12. So alpha I can write it as tan inverse of 5 by 12. So the final answer will be what? X minus tan inverse of 5 by 12. So we will go for the option C here. So if we say that this is kind of easy question. Alright. So let's move ahead for the next question. The next question, it came from area of the larger region bounded by the curves x square plus y square equal to 25, which is a circle, and y equal to mod of x minus 1. So let's draw it first. X square plus y square equal to 25. So this will be a circle whose center is at 0, 0 and the radius is 5. So this point will be 5, 0. This will be minus 5, 0, right? And they have given one more curve which is y equal to mod of x minus 1. So mod of x minus 1 will be shifted here. So this will be our graph, right? So they said that area of the larger region bounded by the curves. So larger region means we have to find this total area. This is the larger region. All right. So this region, if you have to find, then what we can do first of all, we'll try to find this part, and from the total area, we'll subtract this area. So let's try to do that. So let's solve these two equations and find out these 2 points. So we have x square plus y square equal to 25, and if we take y equal to x minus 1, then what will get? X square plus y square. Y square means it will be x minus 1 the whole square equal to 25. So this is same as x square plus x square minus 2x plus 1 equal to 25. So from here we'll get 2x square minus 2x minus 24 equal to 0, or x square minus x minus 12 equal to 0. So this is same as x minus 4 into x plus 3 equal to 0. So the x values will be equal to what? 4, and x will be equal to minus 3. So this point will be obviously x equal to 4, and this will be x equal to minus 3. So when x is equal to 4, my y will be equal to what? 3, right? 4 minus 1, this will be 4 comma 3. And when x equal to minus 3, this point will be equal to what? 4, right? Okay. So and this point is what? This point is 1 comma 0. All right, because we have shifted the mod graph is mod of x minus 1. So this point is 1 comma 0. So now if I have to concentrate on this area, then this area, first from the half circle, we will subtract the area of this part. So for that, what we can do, we can divide the region in 3 parts. So one part will be like this. Okay, so total 3 parts. So this, let's say this is delta 1, this is delta 2, this is delta 3, and this is delta 4. So delta 2 and delta 3 are easy to find because they are triangles. Obviously this point will be what? Minus 3 comma 0, and this point will be 4 comma 0, right? So delta 2 will be what? Area delta 2 area will be equal to area of delta 2, that will be minus 3 to 1. This length is how much? 4. So half into 4 into the height is how much? The height is 4, right? So this will be equal to 8 square units, and delta 3 will be equal to what? Delta 3 also this triangle. So this triangle area will be this is 1 comma 0, this is 4 comma 0. So this length of the base is 3. So half into 3 into the height is 3. So this will be equal to 9 by 2. Okay. So delta 2 and delta 3 we found. Now we have to find, this will be a little bit difficult to find because we have to use the integration part. This is from where to where? This is from minus 5 to minus 3. So let's we named it as delta 1. So delta 1 is from where to where? This will be from minus 5 to minus 3. Y will be equal to what? Y will be root over 25 minus x square into dx. So whose answer will be equal to what? It will be equal to x by 2 into root 25 minus x square plus s square by 2, that is 25 by 2 into sine inverse of x by 5, and the limit is from minus 5 to minus 3. So let's put the limit. So when I put x equal to minus 3, this will become minus 3 upon 2, 25 minus 9 is 16. So it will be what? Into 4, right? Plus 25 by 2 sine inverse of minus 3 by 5, sine inverse of minus 3 by 5, then minus of this will be minus 5 by 2, this will be 0. So this will be 25 by 2 into sine inverse of minus 5 by 5, which will be sine inverse of minus 1, which is minus 5 by 2. Alright, so let's simplify this much. So this will be equal to what? Minus 6, and this will be minus of 25 by 2 into sine inverse of 3 by 5, and here it will be minus of minus, okay, this is 0 anyway. So this will be minus minus plus, plus 25 pi by 4. Alright, so we have got delta 1. So similarly, we have to do delta 2 also, delta 4 also. Let me do it here. So for delta 4, this is from where to where? This is from 4 to 5, right? So this will be 4 to 5 square root of 25 minus x square into dx. So this will be same as x by 2 into root 25 minus x square plus 25 by 2 into sine inverse of x by 5, and limit is from 4 to 5. So when we put 5 limit, this will be 0. This will be 25 by 2 into sine inverse of 5 by 5 is 5 by 2 minus, when you put limit 4, this will be 4 by 2 into 25 minus 16, which is 3, minus 25 by 2 into sine inverse of 3 by 5. So this will be equal to 25 pi upon 4 minus 6 minus 25 by 2 into sine inverse of 3 by 5. Okay, sine inverse of 4 by 5, sorry. This will be sine inverse of 4 by 5. Okay, we are putting 4 here, right? So now if we add these two, just delta 1 and delta 2, let me add here. Delta 1 plus delta 2, if I add, then it will be equal to what? This 25 by 4 and this 25 by 4, this together will become 25 pi by 2. And then this minus 6, this together will be equal to minus 12. Then minus 25 by 2 sine inverse of 3 by 5 minus 25 by 2 into sine inverse of 4 by 5. So I can take minus 25 by 2 common. If I take minus 25 by 2 common, then this will be equal to what? Sine inverse of 3 by 5 plus sine inverse of 4 by 5. Now sine inverse of 4 by 5, you see that from a triangle, if I take 4, this is 5, this will be 3, right? So sine inverse of 4 by 5 is same as cos inverse of 3 by 5. So sine inverse and cos inverse, this will be equal to pi by 2. So then this will be equal to 25 pi by 2 minus 12 minus 25 by 2 into pi by 2, that is 25 pi by 4. So 25 by 2 minus 25 pi by 4, this will become 25 pi by 4 minus 12. This is my delta 1 and delta 2. And if we add delta 2 and delta 3, what we are getting? Delta 3 was coming as half into 9 by 2 and delta 2 was 8. So total area of this portion, is this will be equal to delta 1 plus delta 2 plus delta 3 plus delta 4. So this will be equal to 25 pi by 4 minus 12 plus 8 plus 9 by 2. So which is same as 9 by 2 means 4 and half. So 12 and 12 cancelled. So plus 25 by 25 pi by 4 plus 1 by 2 it will come. Alright. So this is the area of this portion. So now my dotted portion, that area will be equal to what? Total circle area is what? The area of the circle will be pi r square. So pi r square means the area will be pi into r is 5, 25 pi minus the area of this portion is 25 pi by 4 plus 1 by 2. So this will come as 3 by 4 into 25 pi minus 1 by 2. So this is the area of these dotted portions. Now if I have to get the largest area, then I will subtract it from 25 pi. Okay, all right. So let's move ahead to the next question. Next question, it is from the system of linear equations, and you know that every year one questions will be coming from system of linear equations, and this time this is very easy. I hope that every one of you have done this correctly. All right. So the question is, they have given a homogeneous system, and they are saying that what will be the value of lambda square plus lambda. So for that, we will take the corresponding determinant. Obviously, infinite solutions means what? The delta has to be equal to 0. So from the Cramer's rule, so lambda minus 4, lambda minus 2, and lambda, and here it is 2, p, 5, 1, 2, 6. So this is equal to 0. So lambda minus 4 into 18 minus 10, it will be 8, minus lambda minus 2 into 12 minus 5, that is 7, plus lambda into 4 minus 3, 4 minus that is 1, right? So this is equal to 0. So let's simplify this. So 8 lambda minus 32 minus 7 lambda plus 14 plus lambda is equal to 0. So 8 lambda minus 7 lambda, lambda plus lambda, 2 lambda. So 2 lambda minus 32 plus 14 is minus 18 is equal to 0. So lambda is equal to 9. So if lambda is equal to 9, then lambda square will be what? 81 plus 9. So this will be equal to 90. So option C will be the correct answer to this question. Alright. So let's then move ahead to the next question. This is a very easy question. I think all of you know that this kind of questions will come. So those who are preparing for the next shifts, please linear system of linear equation 1 questions will be surely coming. So please prepare those concepts. Okay. So the next question is what? Find the value of sine 70 into cot 10 cot 70 minus 1. So in this question we can write that sine 70 cot 10 means cos of 10 degree by sine 10 degree into cot 70 means cos 70 by sine 70 minus 1, right? So this will be equal to what? Sine of 70 degree into cos 10 into cos 70 minus sine 10 into sine 70 degree upon sine 10 into sine 70 degree. Alright, so cos C into cos D minus sine C into sine D. So this will be what? Cos of A plus B. So this will be equal to what? Sine 70 into cos of A plus B means cos of 80. Cos of 80 by sine 10 into sine 70, right? So this sine 70 and this sine 70 gets cancelled, and cos 8 equal to sine 10. So sine 10 by sine 10, this answer will be equal to what? 1. So option B is the correct answer. So this is a very easy question. Alright, so let's move ahead for the next question. Next question says that, see a relation defined on set A 1, 2, 3, 4, then how many ordered pairs are added to R so that it becomes equivalence relation. So for that, first of all, it has to be a reflexive relation. So reflexive relation means we need to add 2, 2 and 3, 3 and 1, 1. So 1, 1 we have to add, then we have to add 2, 2, we have to add 4, 4, right? So for reflexivity we have added this. Now for symmetricity, 1, 2 is there, so we'll add 2, 1, 2, 3 is there, we'll add 3, 2, right? So and okay, so now this is for symmetricity. Now what we have to add for transitivity? 1, 2 is there, 2, 3 is there, so 1, 3 must be there. Now 1, 3 also should be there, means 3, 1 also has to be there for symmetricity, right? So totally how many elements we have to add? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So option C will be the correct answer to this question, right? Okay, fine. So this is also a kind of easy questions, right? NCERT level questions. You get such kind of questions in your board exams also. All right. So let's now move ahead for the next question. The sum of all rational terms in the expansion of 1 plus 2 power 1 by 3 plus 3 power 1 by 2 whole power 6. You see that there are 3 terms involved in this question. So we'll use multinomial theorem. So this will be equal to what? Summation of 6 factorial by let's say this is alpha factorial, beta factorial, gamma factorial, then 1 power alpha, 2 power 1 by 3 into beta into 3 power 1 by 2 into gamma, right? So here alpha plus beta plus gamma should be what? Alpha plus beta plus gamma should be equal to 6, and alpha beta gamma, they will be in between 0 to 6. So we'll make table and we'll see how many cases we can form. So let's make table for this alpha, beta and gamma. So let's target let's say beta and targeting. So beta, this will be what? 2 power beta by 3. So beta must be divisible by 3. So beta must be divisible by 3 means I can take beta is equal to 0. If I take beta equal to 0, then I can take a case gamma also 0 and alpha is, then alpha will be 6. So this is one case. Alright. Now let's say I'm taking beta's multiple. Let's say I'm taking it is 3. So if I take beta as 3, then gamma I can take 0. If I take gamma 0, this is 3, then alpha has to be what? Alpha has to be 3. So this is one case. If my beta is 3 and gamma by 2, no, so gamma should be even. So let's take gamma as 2. So if I take gamma 2, then 3 plus 2 and alpha should be 1, right? If I take beta equal to 3 and gamma can be taken as 4, but 3 plus 4 will be 7, so I cannot take this case, right? So beta we have taken 3, only 2 cases are coming. Alright, so let's try beta as 6. If beta as 6 means this has to be 0, this has to be 0. Alright, so after this, okay, gamma we have taken 2 1 case, 0 cases also came. Gamma 4 case, let's consider. If gamma is equal to 4, gamma equal to 4, then I can take beta equal to 0, then alpha will be equal to 2, correct? If I take gamma equal to 6, gamma equal to 6 I can take, then beta has to be 0 and alpha also 0. So total how many cases we are getting? 1 2 3 4 5 6 cases, right? So therefore we have to just add them. So if we add it up, so this will be equal to what? 6 factorial upon 6 factorial plus 6 factorial upon 3 factorial 3 factorial plus 6 factorial upon 1 factorial 3 factorial 2 factorial plus 6 factorial upon 6 factorial plus 6 factorial upon 2 factorial 4 factorial plus 6 factorial upon 6 factorial. So this 3 is equal to p plus 1 2 3 4 5 6. All right, so we have to add these also. We have to multiply all these possible cases. So the first case, when alpha is equal to 6, we are getting 6 factorial by alpha is equal to 6 factorial beta gamma 0 0 factorial, so into 1 power alpha, that is 1 power 6, which is 6, and this is at 0, so this is 1, plus this will be equal to what? 6 factorial upon 3 factorial 3 factorial into 0 factorial, which is 1, into 1 power alpha, which is 1, and beta power 2 power 1, correct? And next is 6 factorial upon 1 factorial, 3 factorial, 2 factorial. This will be into 1 power 1, which is 1, 2 power 1, and 2 power 1, and 3 power also 1. Next, this will be 6 factorial upon 6 factorial, then alpha 0, gamma 0, beta is 6. So this will be 2 square, right? Plus 6 factorial upon 2 factorial, 4 factorial into alpha 1, gamma is 4. So this will be equal to 3 square. So this is kind of a little bit lengthy questions for calculation wise. Next, 006, right? 204. So this will be equal to 6 factorial upon 6 factorial into 3 power 3. So let's add it up. So the first one is 1, second one is 6 into 5 into 4, 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 factorial is gone by 6. So 20 into 2, 40. Third one is, this is 720 by 6, 120, right? 120 into 6, correct? And this will be equal to plus 4, and this will be 6 factorial by 2 4 factorial, 720 by okay, let's do this, plus 6 into 5 upon 2 into 9. So this is 15 into 9 plus 27, right? So this is coming as here 120 into 3. So this will be equal to 1 plus 40 plus 260 plus 4 plus 135 plus 27, right? So let's add it up. 360, 135, 27, 40, 44, 45. इसका आंसर क्या आ रहा है? So just verify the calculation. What answer will be correct here? Okay, once again let's try to do the calculations once again. The first one is, it is equal to 1, right? Second one is 720 by 36. That means 20 into 2, 40, plus this will be 720 by 12, 60 into 12. One second, ये वाला में थोड़ा सा issue आ रहा है. 6 factorial by 1 factorial, 3 factorial, 2 factorial, right? So 2 power 1 into 3 power 1, 6. So 720 by 6 into 12, 120 into 6. So this is 360, right? And this will be 2 power 6 to power 4 plus 4 plus this will be 6 into 5, 30, 30 by 2, 15, 15 into 9. 135, and this will be plus 27, right? So now if we add 360 plus 40, 400, 405, 405 plus 5, 4010, 4010 plus 130, 410 plus 130. So this will be equal to 540, 540 plus 27, 567 is coming. Did we miss any case here? Let's verify this. Really? 6 factorial by 6 factorial. It will be 6 by 3. 2 square आएगा ना? Correct only. So this question answer, maybe there are some calculations mistake or the question typo error is there. So that is why answer is not matching. But the method is this. All right. So let's move ahead to the next question. Next question is what? It's question from differential equation. 7 plus e power 2x dy minus 1 plus 2 into e power 2x plus y plus 3 into dx equal to 0 and y of 0 equal to 5. Then y of log 2 equal to what? So 7 plus e power 2x into dy equal to, I can write it as what? 1 plus 2 into e power 2x into y plus 3 dx. Alright, so I can write here dy upon y plus 3 equal to 1 plus 2 into e power 2x upon 7 plus e power 2x dx, right? So now we will do it by the variable separable method. So let's integrate on the both the sides. So this will be equal to what? Log of y plus 3 equal to, let's split it up. I can write this as 1 by 1 plus 1 by 7 plus e power 2x dx plus 2 into e power 2x by 7 plus e power 2x. So this one can be done easily if we take e plus 2x plus 7 as t equal to 7 plus e power 2x. So dt by dx will be equal to what? Dt by dx will be equal to 2 into e power 2x. So 2 into e power 2x dx will be equal to what? 2 into e power 2x dx will be equal to dt. So this will be equal to dt by t. So this will be equal to log t. Log t means log of 7 plus e power 2x. And this one we can do it by let's multiply e power minus 2x in both numerator and denominator. So this will be equal to what? E power minus 2x plus 1 plus 7 into e power minus 2x dx, right? So here we will take 1 plus 7 into e power minus 2x as t. So let's take t equal to 1 plus 7 into e power minus 2x. So dt by dx will be equal to what? This will be equal to minus of 14 into e power minus 2x. So I'll multiply minus of 1 by 14 and minus 14. Alright. So this will be equal to minus of 1 by 14 into minus 14 into e power minus dx. Dx will be equal to dt. So this will be dt upon t. Dt upon t will be equal to what? 1 by log t. Once again, this will be equal to what? Minus of 1 by 14 into log of 1 plus 7 into e power minus 2x. Okay. So they have given y of 0 is equal to 5. Let's use that. So let's write it here. Y of x equal to what? Y of x is coming as, sorry, log of y by y plus 3. What is the solution came? Solution came log of y plus 3 equal to minus 1 by 14 into log of 1 plus 7 into e power minus 2x plus dt by plus log of 7 plus e power 2x plus constant, right? And they have given y of 0 equal to 5. So y of 0 if I put, so this is what, log of 5 plus 3, 8. This is equal to minus of 1 by 14 into log of e power 0 is 1. So 1 plus 7 log 8 plus log of 8. So plus c. Okay. So therefore c is equal to what? C equal to 1 by 14 into log of 8. And then they are asking what? Y of log 2. So y of log 2. So if I put x is equal to log 2, okay, from here I can say y plus 3 will be equal to what? Okay, let's simplify this in the next case. So we are getting log of y plus 3 equal to minus 1 by 14 into minus 1 by 14 into log of 1 plus 7 into e power minus 2x plus log of 7 plus e power 2x plus c, and c is 1 by 14 into log 8, 1 by 14 into log 8. So if we write it all together, this will be equal to log of 1 plus 7 into e power minus 2x whole power minus of 1 by 14 into 7 plus e power 2x into 8 power 1 by 14, right? This is my log of y plus 3. So therefore y plus 3 will be equal to what? Y plus 3 will be equal to 1 plus 7 into e power minus 2x whole power minus of 1 by 14 into 7 plus e power 2x into 8 power of 1 by 14. So here what we'll do, we'll put x is equal to log 2. So y of log 2 plus 3 equal to 1 plus 7 into e power minus 2 log 2. That will be equal to what? That will be 2 power of minus 1 by 2, right? So okay, so here we just put y equal to log x equal to log 2 and get the simplification done. All right. Okay. So let's move ahead to the next question. The next question is the range of values of a for which 5x minus 15x minus a equal to 0 has three distinct solutions, where alpha beta has a beta minus 2 alpha is equal to what? So they have given us a cubic polynomial 5x cubed minus 15x minus a, and they said that it has three distinct solutions. So obviously the graph will be something like this, right? If it has three distinct solutions, the graph will be something like this. So if this is my fx, and if we do f dash of x, this will be equal to what? 15 into x square minus 15. This will be equal to 15 into x square minus 1. So f dash x equal to 0 means x square minus 1 equal to 0. So x will be equal to what? Plus or minus 1. Alright. So obviously we know that at the point of maxima and point of minima, at that the product of the values should be what? That should be less than 0, because it has three real roots. So therefore I can say that f of 1 into f of minus 1 should be less than 0. And what is f of 1? F of 1 is 5 minus 15 minus a into f of minus 1 will be equal to what? Minus 5 plus 15 minus a is less than 0. So which is same as minus 10 minus a, and this will be equal to what? 10 minus a is less than 0. So minus of a plus 10 into, I can take another minus, a minus 10, this will be plus, less than 0, right? So a range is coming from where to where? A range is coming from minus 10 to plus 10, right? So if a is coming from minus 10 to plus 10, so they have given the range is alpha comma beta, so we can take it as alpha and this as beta, and they are asking beta minus 2 alpha. So therefore beta minus 2 alpha will be equal to what? 10 minus 2 into minus 10, so this will be equal to what? 30. So in this question, option C will be the correct answer. All right, so let's move ahead to the next question. Next question, there is a change in this question. This plus 3 will be changed as minus, right? Okay, so the question is, if fx equal to log x and gx equal to x power 4 minus 2x cube minus x square minus 2x plus 2 by 2x square minus 2x plus 1, then find the domain of f of g of x. So g of x is coming as what? G of x is coming as, let's take the numerator first, which is x power 4 minus 2x cube minus x square minus 2x plus 2, right? So this was minus 2x cube. This question is a, okay, we'll do this question later because there are some printing mistake in these questions. We'll try this question later. Okay, all right, so let's move on to the next problem. Next problem is from complex number. Question is what? If mod of z plus I equal to 2 represents a circle with center P, then the distance of P from D is what? D has given as 1, 5. So this is, you know that one question from circle it comes. So this is what? Mod of z minus 0 and z plus I can write this as z minus of minus I, right? This is equal to 2. This has been given, and you can directly use a result. What result? That this circle center will be what? It will 0 and minus iota. 0 means 0 comma 0, and minus iota means minus 0 comma minus 1. So this circle center divides in the ratio of k square is to minus 1. So here k is what? Here k is 2. So this will be equal to what? 4 is to minus 1. So if we do that, we'll get the center. So 0 comma 0, and so 4 into 0 minus 4, this will be 0, and then 4 into minus 1 minus 4 upon what? 4 plus minus 1, which is 3. So the center will be what? 0 comma minus 4 by 3. Directly you can, if you remember the result, you can directly write this, or if you do not remember the result, then you take z is equal to x plus iota y and simplify like this. Okay, so I would advise you to remember this. Let me just tell you once again. The center divides these 2 points z1 and z2 in the ratio of k square is to minus 1, and the radius is what? Radius is equal to k by k square minus 1 into mod of z1 minus z2. Okay, these two formulas you can remember, so to save time. So now we got center as 0 comma minus 4 by 3 and the point is 1 comma 5. So therefore the distance will be what? The distance will be root over 1 square plus 5 minus 4 by 3. 5 plus 4 by 3 the whole square. This will be equal to 1 plus 19 square by 9. So 9 plus 19 square upon 9. 19 square is 371. 371 361. 361 plus 9, 370. So this will be equal to what? Root 370 upon 9. So this option will be the correct answer for this. Okay, option B will be the correct answer. So this is comparatively easy question it can. All right. Next question. it is a well-known question. Everywhere we do that. It came from cyclic property of quadratic equation. You see that the equation a into b minus c, b into c minus a, c into a minus b, they are cyclic coefficient. So x equal to 1 is a root, and they said that they have equal root. So if x equal to 1 is another root, so other root also is what? Other root is also 1. So alpha equal to 1 and beta is also 1. So therefore product of alpha and beta, that also be equal to 1, and alpha beta is equal to what? C into a minus b upon a into b minus c, that will be equal to 1. So AC minus BC equal to AB minus AC. So we can say 2AC equal to AB plus BC. So if we take B common, B into A plus C equal to 2AC. Now they have given A plus C equal to 5 and B equal to 16 by 5. So therefore 2AC will be equal to what? 2AC will be equal to 16 by 5 into A plus C. A plus C equal to 5. So 5 cancelled. So AC 2AC equal to 16, right? Now what they are asking? They are asking the value of A square plus C square. So A square plus C square will be equal to what? A plus C the whole square minus 2AC. So A plus C the whole square will be equal to what? A plus C is equal to 5. So 25 minus 2AC minus 16. So the answer will be equal to what? 9. So this is also one of the easiest question here. Alright, and this question also there are some printing mistake in this question. So we will take, this is ln log square x, and here we'll take it as minus. Okay, so these are all, this is also ln x log x. Okay, so take log x equal to t, take t is equal to log x. So dt by dx will be equal to what? 1 by x. So dx by x will be equal to dt. So this will be equal to dt, and the limits will be changed to square. This will be 2 and this will be 4, and this will be e power of log x taken as t square minus 1 the whole power minus 1 upon e power of t square minus 1 plus e power of 6 minus t the whole square minus 1 whole power minus 1 into dt. Alright, so this is, let's say, I. Then we'll take the King's law. When I plus I, 2I will be equal to what? 2 to 4. This will be same as e power of 6 minus t the whole square minus 1 whole power minus 1 upon the same denominator. Okay, so 2I will be equal to 2I will be, if we add this will be 2 to 4 dx, which is 4 minus 2, which is 2. So therefore I will be equal to what? I will be equal to 1. Alright, so this question came from King's law, and this is a kind of medium category question. Alright, so next question. Next question is what? This is also a common question from integration. So you see that the sum of this powers are what? 11 by 13 and 15 by 13, it is 2, and it's a famous question from integration. So what we can do is, I can write this as integration of dx upon if we divide by x minus x plus 15 by x minus 1 whole power 15 by 13, then this will be equal to what? This will be x minus 1 the whole square. Alright, so we have multiplied and divided by x minus 1 whole power 15 by 13. We multiplied and divided. That is why this 15 by 13 and 11 13, they become 2 here. So now what we'll do? We'll take x plus 15 by x minus 1 as t. Take t equal to x plus 15 upon x minus 1. So dt by dx will be equal to what? Dt by dx will be equal to x minus 1 the whole square, and this will be x minus 1 into minus of x plus 15. So this will give us x minus 1 minus x minus 15 upon x minus 1 the whole square. So x cancels. This is gives us minus 16 by x minus 1 the whole square. So we will multiply here minus 16 and divide by minus 16. So this will be equal to minus of 1 by 16 into minus 16 by x minus 1 square dx is dt upon t power 15 by 13. This will be same as minus of 1 by 16 into t power of minus 15 by 13 dt. This is minus 1 by 16 into t power of minus of 15 by 13 plus 1 upon minus of 15 by 13 plus 1. So this gives us minus of 1 by 16 into t power of minus 2 by 13 upon minus 2 by 13. So this will be equal to 13 by 32 t power of minus 2 by 13 plus c. So this will come as what? This will come as 13 by 32 into t is what? T is x plus 5, x plus 15, not 5, by x minus 1 whole power minus of 2 by 13 plus c. Alright, so here we'll put these values 37 and 25, and according to that we'll get the answer. Okay, so alright, so next chemistry sir will come. So let's continue.
Once again, hello everyone. So we started with chemistry. We have seen organic and inorganic. Pretty easy paper, right? Okay. So okay, let's see physical chemistry now. In physical chemistry also, the pattern is almost same. NCRT based, one step or two step questions are there, straightforward formula based questions are there, right? So from every chapter, approximately you will see that basic questions which are asked, they are based on basic concepts of that chapter, right? Okay, you will see that. Let's see the question. The first question. Okay, this we have already done in organic chemistry, right? This question belongs to the organic segment also, and this question belongs to the mole concept also, right? So we have already solved this. The answer was 6 by 94, right? Okay, we have already done this. Okay, looking at the next question. Now, this is a very pet question in mole concept which we do. We do a lot of practice of these type of questions. These questions are already present in our DPP modules. Various questions of this type are over there already present, right? What is saying that 10 to the power 21 molecules are removed from X milligram of CO2, then this many moles of CO2 are left. Find the value of X. Avogadro number is given. We already know the Avogadro number value. It doesn't matter, right? So what is done that over here the initial content of CO2 which is given in the question, that is given in mass milligram. Then number of molecules are removed. Then whatever is left, that is given in the number of moles. So three terms are used over here: mass, number of molecules, and number of moles, right? So let's begin. Initially, what was the amount of CO2 present? It's saying that X milligram. X milligram, let us convert this into grams. So you will multiply it with 10 to the power minus 3. So this many grams of CO2 were present. That means how many moles of CO2 were present? What you will do? Given mass divided by molecular mass, molar mass of CO2 gas is 44. Okay. So initially these many moles of CO2 were present. Now 10 to the power 21 molecules are removed. This is the number of molecules, and you have to convert this number of molecules into number of moles. Both the terms should be in the same manner, right? If this is number of moles, then this should also be number of moles. So 10 to the power 21 divided by Avogadro number. Avogadro number is 6 into 10 to the power 23. Okay, so these many moles were initially present. These many moles are removed. So how many moles will be left? that is given in the question, which is equal to 2.4 into 10 to the power minus 3. One equation, one variable, you can calculate x from over here. Yes, I would say that this question requires a bit of calculation. So I would say that you may say that concept is easy, but the calculation is a bit tedious, right? You can calculate x, the x which you will calculate, that will come out to be near about 178.8, something like that. So integer base, the closest option which you will see is 179, right? Okay, the closest option is 179. So concept is easy, the calculation is lengthy for this particular question, I would say. All right, but the question remains very pet type of question, very simple. We start our mole concept chapter from these kind of questions, right? Moving to the next question. Now this question is based on Latimer diagram. Once again, these questions are present in DBT. Okay, what we do that, consider the following reactions, sequence reactions are given. Then it is said that find E naught FeO42 minus 2 Fe2 plus. Acha, FeO42 minus 2 Fe2 plus, that means we need to find E naught for this process, from this reactant till this process, right? Acha, what's the oxidation state of iron over here? FeO42 minus, what is the oxidation state? Calculate it. This is coming out to be +6, right? Okay, so Latimer diagram, we know that if you want to calculate the E naught, then there is a very simple formula, N1 E1 plus N2 E2 divided by N1 plus N2. Okay, N1 N2 are number of electrons transferred, E1 and E2 are the electrode potential of the corresponding reactions, right? So let's put the values over here. Initially, iron is having +6 oxidation state, over here it is having +3, so change is of 3 units. So N1 is 3, E1 is given 2 volts, 3 into 2, plus 3 2 plus 2, the change is of 1 unit, N2 is 1, E2 is given 0.8, divided by N1 plus N2, that is 3 plus 1. Okay, so calculate this, this is approximately, this is around 6.8 divided by 4. If you calculate this, this will come out to be near about 1.7. Integer type question, so closest integer, the answer will be in JEE Mains, you have to mark the closest integer, right? So 1.7, the closest integer will be 2. Okay, all right. So this question was based on Latimer diagram. Once again, I would say this is a medium level. Basically, it's very easy if you remember this formula, right? Otherwise, you can say this medium. Okay, medium level. Okay, let's see. Moving to the next question. Now this is very basic question, right? Delta H is given, delta S is given, temperature is also given, delta G is asked. Now every student remembers this reaction, right? Delta G is equal to delta H minus T delta S, right? This is just calculation, nothing else. Just keep in mind the units. Delta H is given in kilojoules, so it has to be 55,000 joules. Okay, next, temperature, always put the temperature value in Kelvin, never in degree Celsius, never in any formula, always temperature will be taken in Kelvin. Okay, 298, 25 degrees Celsius means 298 Kelvin into delta S, the value of delta S is 175 joules. Okay, calculate करें, you will get this around 2850. The answer is 2850 joules, 2.85 kilojoules. Okay, so this not even easy. I would say that this is even lower than easy, right? This is very easy. Okay, let's see next question. So this kind of question came in the yesterday's shift also. Barium sulfate formation, KDS method, estimation of sulfur. Let's see the data. What is given? It is given that organic compound is taken, KDS method is followed. Then over here barium sulfate will be formed. Okay, organic compound, the mass of organic compound taken is 160 gram. Barium sulfate which is formed over here is 466 gram. Acha, what's the one molar mass of barium sulfate? Molar mass of barium sulfate is 233 gram. Okay, so how many moles of BaSO4 is formed? Number of moles, mass of sample divided by molar mass, this is equal to 2 moles, right? 2 moles of barium sulfate is formed. 1 molecule of barium sulfate contains only 1 atom of sulfur. Therefore, 2 moles of barium sulfate will contain 2 mole of sulfur. So we know, so from here we get that in the organic compound, how many moles of sulfur were present? 2 moles of sulfur atoms were present over here, right? Mass of 1 mole sulfur, 32 gram. Mass of 2 mole sulfur, 64 grams. So that means that 64 gram is sulfur. Out of 160 gram organic compound, 64 gram is sulfur. So the percentage of sulfur, percentage mass of sulfur, this will be equal to 64 divided by 160 into 100. Calculate this. You will get this as 40%. Alright. Okay. Once again, very easy question. Achha. So this topic is important. Question is asked again and again. Last year also a lot of questions were asked from this topic. This year also on the 3 shifts, 2 shifts have already covered this question, right? So for the upcoming shifts also, quantitative analysis of organic compounds is important. Zeldal method, Biomass method, Various method, all these things, do revise them, right? Okay. Moving to the next question. This question is from solution chapter. Once again, if you remember the formula, this question is very easy. What they are talking about, they have given some compound, cobalt ammonia XCl3. The molality is 0.1, 100% dissociation is going on, alright. Delta TF is given, we know the value of depression in freezing point, that is 0.558. KF is also given 1.86. Then the formula of the compound. अच्छा, यहाँ पर cobalt ammonia X Cl3 over here. First figure out what's the oxidation state of cobalt. What is this? +3. Cobalt +3 oxidation state, that means the coordination number will be 6. Okay, coordination number will be 6. So inside the coordination sphere, the coordination number we have to maintain 6. Okay. So from this question, we get the idea that in this, we just need to calculate I. We just need to calculate want-off factor. So the formula for depression in freezing point, delta TF is equal to I KF into molality. A very basic formula, NCRT, right? Put the values. Delta TF is how much? Delta TF is given as 0.558. Okay. I we don't know. We are calculating the value of I. KF 1.86. Molality 0.1. Okay. From over here, if you calculate the value of I, this will come out to be 3. The want-off factor for the molecule is 3. If the want-off factor is 3, it means that when this molecule is dissolved, it will produce 3 species. It will produce 3 ions, right? So look at the option number 1. If you look at the option number 1, you dissolve this compound, then you will see that 2 times Cl minus is produced. And one big cation will be produced, cobalt, ammonia, whole 5, Cl plus 2, right? So how many ions are produced? 1 cation, 2 anion. The want-off factor is 3. And we needed want-off factor to be equal to 3 only. So the correct answer is A. Alright. So I would again say this question is also easy, not medium. This is also easy, just that you just need to remember this formula. Delta TF is equal to IKF into M, right? Alright. So talking about chemistry, talking about physical chemistry, you can see one question we have done from mole concept. Second question was from electrochemistry, then thermodynamics, then liquid solutions chapter, right? So 2 of them you can classify them as easy and the other 2 as medium. So looking at all these 3 shifts, yesterday's 2 shifts and today's this morning shift, the chemistry paper is easy. Maths, I would say a bit lengthy. Physics was also easy to moderate level, right? So you can see that the questions which are asked, they are in accordance with the PYQs of the last 2-3 years which are asked. Okay. So focus on the PYQs. For the upcoming shifts, just focus on the PYQs, and whatever topics you are seeing over here, focus on those topics as well. Alright, just memorize the basic concepts of every chapter, basic formulas of every chapter. The paper might seem a bit lengthy to you, but stay calm, stay focused. You will do very good. Okay.